All right, let's jump right in. We're going to explore this incredible idea, one that's both super deep and, at the same time, surprisingly simple. What is it? Well, it's the idea that the universe is actually speaking to us. It has a secret language, a hidden code, and it's all made of numbers.
And get this, what if I told you that this language isn't millions of miles away? It's right here, all around you, right now. Seriously. It's the code that's running the show behind the scenes, you know? A kind of silent symphony of patterns that's just, well, it's just waiting for us to pay attention.
And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical thought. This code, it's like an invisible thread that connects a lotus flower blooming in Kita to the super complex AI that's trying to sort out traffic in Kuala Lumpur. I mean, think about that for a second. It's the exact same math at work, just showing up in different disguises.
So, the good news is we don't have to start from scratch. We're not alone in this. Some truly brilliant minds have already left us a trail of breadcrumbs, a series of clues, really. They're like keys, ready to unlock this universal language. So, are you ready? Let's start our investigation.
Okay, clue number 1. And this one comes from, well, probably the last place you'd expect. The back of a taxi. Yeah, you heard that right. And it's going to show us a secret symmetry hidden deep inside the world of numbers. So, this brings us to something called a taxi number. What is that? It's basically any whole number that you can get by adding two cube numbers together, but here's the twist. You have to be able to do it in two completely different ways. Sounds kind of rare, right? Well, that's because it is. Let's look at an example. Take the number 13,832. Okay, so one way to get there is to take 2 cubed and add it to 24 cubed. Simple enough. But, and this is the cool part, you can also get that exact same number by taking 18 cubed and adding it to 20 cubed. How wild is that? Two totally different roads that lead to the exact same spot.
So what's going on here? What's the secret? Well, it turns out there's this hidden pattern. If you take any taxi number and add up its digits, and you keep doing that until you're left with just one single digit, they call that its digital root, you almost always end up with a 1, an 8, or a 9. So why those specific numbers? It all comes down to a deep, kind of weird property of cubed numbers. See, when you divide any cubed number by 9, the remainder has to be either 0, 1, or 8. No other options. It's like this simple rule acts as a filter, throwing out tons of other numbers and showing us this, this hidden preference that the universe seems to have.
And you might be thinking, okay, that's a neat little math trick, but it's so much more than that. This hidden structure, it's literally the foundation of modern cryptography. It's what keeps your bank account safe, what secures online shopping in Malaysia. It's used to spot patterns in huge piles of data. And on a much grander scale, it kind of whispers a fundamental truth at us, that even inside what looks like total chaos, there's this elegant hidden order.
All right, let's grab our next clue. We're moving from the world of pure numbers out into the physical world all around us. We're about to look for what you might call nature's grand design.
And it turns out this design is often governed by one very famous number, the golden ratio, or phi. It's this special kind of magical number that shows up just about everywhere. And its secret is totally tangled up with one of the most famous sequences in all of math.
Yep, you guessed it, the Fibonacci sequence. You know this one, right? You start with 0 and 1. Then you just add the last two numbers to get the next one. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. Then 2 plus 3 is 5. And it just keeps going, spiraling out forever.
But here's where the magic really happens. As you get further and further down that sequence, if you take any number and divide it by the one right before it, the answer gets closer and closer to this one specific mystical value, phi, which is roughly 1.618.
And trust me, this number isn't just for textbooks. It's like a universal blueprint for what works and what looks good. You see it in the spiral of seeds on a lotus flower, arranged that way to get the most sunlight. You see it in the architecture of stunning modern buildings down in Johor Bahru. It even helps AI algorithms figure out the most efficient way to manage traffic in KL. And it's right there in the beautiful, balanced patterns of traditional Malaysian batik. It's everywhere.
Okay, clue number 3 is a real head-scratcher. It's a total mystery. We're talking about a number that acts like a mathematical black hole. It's this point of attraction that once you get close, you just can't escape.
This amazing thing is called Kaprekers constant, and the process is actually pretty simple. You take any 4-digit number, just make sure it has at least 2 different digits. Then you rearrange those digits to make the biggest possible number and the smallest possible number, and then you just subtract the small one from the big one. Then you do it again with your answer. And again, and something really weird starts to happen.
So let's try it. Let's start with, say, 8219. Okay, the biggest number we can make is 9821. The smallest is 1289, we subtract them, and we get 8532. Okay, cool. Now we do it again with 8532. So 8532 minus 2358 gives us 6174. All right, one more time just for fun. What happens now? Well, 7641 minus 1467 is, wait for it, 6174. We're stuck. It's a loop.
That's the constant, 6174. It's what mathematicians call an attractor. It doesn't matter what 4-digit number you start with, you almost always get pulled right into its orbit.
But again, this is way more than just a cool number puzzle. This whole idea of a complex system always returning to one stable point, it's a model for stuff we see in the real world all the time, like weather cycles. And for artificial intelligence, it's the inspiration for algorithms that have to sift through millions of possibilities to find that one single stable best answer. It is just a perfect, beautiful example of order just popping out of what looks like complete randomness.
All right, it's time for our final clue. And for this one, we're leaving the world of abstract numbers behind and looking at the actual shapes that build our world. We're talking about geometry that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
I'm pretty sure you know this one. We all learned it in school, right? The Pythagorean theorem. For any triangle with a right angle, if you square the 2 shorter sides, A and B, they will always add up to the square of the longest side, C. A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
And when you find sets of whole numbers that fit this rule perfectly, we call them Pythagorean triples, like 8, 15, and 17. You can really see its beautiful harmony. Look at this. 8 squared plus 15 squared adds up to exactly 17 squared. The equation balances out perfectly. And that's not a coincidence. It is a fundamental rule that's literally written into the fabric of space.
And no, this is not just for geometry class. This is the reason that bridges built across Malaysia don't fall down. It's how scientists describe the structure of tiny crystals in nanotechnology. And it's right there. Look around you. It's in the corner of your phone screen, the corner of your door frame, the corner of your table. It is a universal symbol of balance and harmony. It's a principle you can even see reflected in the beauty of traditional Malay design.
So, there you have it. We've followed the clues. We've seen everything from mysterious taxi numbers to the golden ratio, from mathematical black holes to the simple triangles that build our entire world. And now it's your turn to be the detective.
Because when you get right down to it, the universe really is like a book, and it's written in the language of math. These patterns we've looked at, they're not just cute little oddities. They're the fundamental rules that connect everything from AI to art, from total chaos to perfect harmony.
So, I'll leave you with this one question. Now that we've peeked at a few pages from this incredible book, what other patterns, what other secrets do you think are out there hiding in the numbers all around you? Go look. The investigation has only just begun.